All right, day 3 here, 5 days for the homeless from the University of Saskatchewan. How's it been going so far, guys? I realize that we all have had different experiences through the past couple of days. What are your thoughts? Like, how many people have you guys been talking to on the daily?
Well, not counting the classes I have to go up to and try to get donations from. I know it goes into like the hundreds for those huge classes. But just talking to a lot of my friends, getting support from them, I'd say probably quite a bit. People always coming up to me saying hi. So I don't know the exact number, but there's always someone who comes up to you and makes sure you're doing fine. I think it's got a lot of support.
How have the people who have been doing that, and you've been talking to, have they been fairly responsive with that, or what's the turnout like? Have you had any negative responses to your campaigning?
No, actually, surprisingly, the people that I tend to interact with or choose to interact with me, they seem really all for it, and they're really pumped up to donate. I know I just took a seat in the education building for like 20 minutes, and people just came by and dropping money in the box, and I wasn't even really doing anything. And yeah, like I said before, a lot of the friends and people in the community just come up to you, make sure you're doing fine. Everything's been positive so far.
I guess on the opposite side of that, I dealt with quite a difficult person today. I was actually out in Geo at the Timmy's, and one guy started asking questions regarding our costs. I was definitely stoked to answer his questions, right? But he was really against everything. He was criticizing the way our donation boxes looked. How did he know where our money was going, what we were doing with his money, and how is it really going to change anything? So I think it was really strong opposition, but I think the best thing you can do there is just really try, right? As long as you try, then you did your best.
Yeah, so I know throughout the campaign, definitely my view about this issue and youth at risk has changed. Especially kind of seeing how our little struggle and how difficult it can be at times to get through that. I couldn't imagine what some of the things that they have to face would be like to go through. What about you guys? Where is your perspective with this whole entire topic about youth at risk?
Oh yeah, my perspective has definitely changed. Now I'm taking into account the hidden homeless too, and people who are couch surfing. You can't tell they are homeless, and you don't necessarily see them, but they're out there, and I feel that's definitely become a part of my perception of youth at risk now.
I think another thing to add to that is that the sheer determination they have, because all the kids heading out, they really want to change, right? And so despite all they're going through, we're only seeing a small fraction of what they're experiencing, but even now is you gotta trudge through with determination, and it's just amazing how much they have.
Yeah, my views definitely changed too. Beforehand, even going to the EGAS, visit it and see all those kids there, and just realizing how many kids are out there as well. I think you're pointing 65,000 are out there, and not even just counting the hidden homeless, which is more our peers, more people that could be in university in our age, but just the fact that kids are out there without homes as well. I realized it more after I got involved with this, and it's definitely more concerning for me now as well.
How have you guys been finding the generosity of kind of people in your classes and strangers? I know at the end of one of my classes, afterwards, one girl came up to me and asked how everything was and kind of what my experience was throughout the past couple days. And I've been so caught up in the campaign that I've even forgotten to eat, even though we have food donated to us. And she's really kind of pushing this. Do you want me to get you some lunch? Do you want a coffee? And right now, I'd almost rather see that money go towards our cause and be donated to you guys, because I'm I'm a little bit hungry, but compared to the stuff that these kids have to go through, this is nothing, and I can definitely tough it out for the next couple days. And
I think that goes in the whole emotional aspect of it. You have to, you know that when you go to these classes, there's most likely someone who is actually homeless, and I think you really do hit a soft spot when you say there may be homeless people here, or someone here may have a friend, and I think you definitely get indirect feedback from that. People start to respond, and they'll come up to you personally if if you missed them, and they'll graciously give you whatever they had in their pockets, and you can really tell that there's like an emotional tie to the campaign. They realize that what we're doing is trying to get people aware of this campaign, and I think they really respect that, and I've noticed that at least.
And I think a lot of people don't realize is that you can actually donate online, because most people think you have to be almost like directly involved in person, but it's really easy, safe way to do it. What's the website again? It's www.5days.ca/Saskatchewan, and that's a 5 number.
Yeah, and today I was in the tunnel, and a guy that used to go to University of Regina, he stopped by, and he actually was involved with the 5 Days for Homeless campaign last year at the U of R.
That's
Yeah, and he was just asking a bunch of questions, and he led into that and told me what he was involved last year, and he was still very passionate about it. And we were talking about places that they stopped at and the locations they searched for and little tips, and it's kind of helping me out as well. And it still really showed that he's still very passionate about it, and he was offering me anything that I wanted really. And I wasn't overly hungry at the time, so he donated at the time as well. But he said he'd be back, and he came back later that day with a yogurt parfait for me as well, a little snack. So that was pretty sweet. But just the fact that he was still involved from last year, and he wanted to keep helping out this year. It was pretty cool.
Do you guys have any last parting words before we head on over to our barbecue?
I think the campaign, like the results that I've been getting from the campaign, have been really positive, like donations wise. Usually when I'm walking around donations bin, I'm seeing some clothes or some donated food. I know the shopping cart we have outside the headquarters. It seems like there's always like a new article that gets added to that. Just like I guess our goal wise, trying to reach that $20,000 goal. I think it's coming to the horizon, and it only acts as perseverance to keep going.
Yeah, I definitely see we're definitely yielding some results that I can see now. I mean, the first day people were asking a lot about the cause and trying to figure out how they can get involved and what kind of donations they can bring, but like today I was getting a lot more donations, and looking at the donation boxes, like you said, quite a few of them had things in there, and it's just been like a bigger turnout today donation wise, because we are getting that awareness out there. And yeah, I definitely think we're going to reach that $20,000 goal.
Yeah, today was definitely more faster as well, getting those donations. Yesterday was more information and letting everyone know what we're doing as well, and they kind of caught them off guard as well. They weren't maybe prepared for it or didn't have change or cash on them. But this morning when Dale was in the tunnel before I got there at 10:30 or whatever, he was there by himself, and in his little house that we have, he already had like 5 20s or so. It's just people on their first morning going to class, and they seen this yesterday, and then they're dropping off 20s and stuff. So that was pretty sweet. And that was by 10 o'clock, 10:30. There's already $100 in that one donation house.
I think at this point people are starting to take notice, because on the first day we really had to make the effort to approach people, but now I have people just coming towards me and bringing donations, which is really awesome. And I think you can see the results from there.
Yeah, it's a really good feeling to have people approach you too, because then I'm thinking like, oh wow, you're taking the initiative to like come up to me, and I don't smell very nice, but yeah, you're taking that initiative to come up to me and donate, and I think that's great that people are getting more involved that way.
Yeah, for sure. That's all awesome to hear, and I think I speak for all of us thinking that and saying that we want to see this campaign just be successful and continue the way that's going now until Friday. From 5 Days Saskatchewan, signing off.
See you guys with Charity Barbecue tonight, 8 o'clock, Louise.